We will be taking a tour during the witness test of the water-cooled chiller for your project. Here's a shot of our submittal. We will see the 2 scroll compressors, note the indoor construction, point out the single point power connection, the 4-inch support frame, talk about the compressor sound attenuation that will be added after the test, show you the power factor correction installed in each module. Again, we will show a measurement of the 4-inch support frame, talk about the power factor correction capacitors, and we will show pictures of the layout drawing from the submittal, as well as give you a 360-degree view of the chiller itself. This is a picture of the wheel sets that we use to move the chiller around the factory. This is a possible recommendation for you to use during the rigging of the unit at the job site. Here's a close-up of the 4-inch measurement of our lifting frame, a photo that shows the height of the headers and the size of the water connections. Here's a close-up of the Busbar Extension that will create the single point power that distributes power to all 3 modules. As clarified in our submittal, this eliminates the possibility of a factory-provided door interlock disconnect switch. A disconnect switch provided by the contractor will be required. These are close-up views of the high voltage panels with compressor contactors, control power transformers, and inputs. This is the isolation that is present for each of the 3 modules. This is the chilled water header side, and now we're taking a close-up view of the power factor correction capacitors. There is one of these for each of the modules. And a close-up view of the nameplate of the power factor correction capacitor. These are the isolation valves and variable flow valves present on both sides of the chiller. And there you see them on the chilled water side. A view of the drawing from our submittal, which shows our dimensions. That is the side, the end on the condenser water side, water connections. We're showing the overall length being measured. We'll take a close-up of the tape measure and then zoom in on the dimension sheet from our submittal. This is the end where the Busbar Hoffman box is located. Now we're attempting to show you the just over 105-inch total length. Zooming in now on the dimension drawing, and to focus in on it, you can see the 105, just beyond 105-inch length. This side of the unit, the condenser water side, has the control panels above it. A slave module controller for each of the 3 modules. Now showing you the overall height, including the 4-inch lifting frame, just above 65 inches. On the drawing it shows 68 inches. That accounts for our cabinetry that will be field installed after startup. This dimension shows the overall width of the unit of 76.5 inches. Now we'll see some of the key refrigeration components. In front of us first here, the low pressure transducer, and then moving around to the high pressure transducer and high pressure switch. You can see the gray button just on the left edge for the manual reset of the high pressure switch. You'll note that there are 4 refrigerant connections and 2 water connections. That's because each condenser and evaporator is dual circuited on the refrigerant side. This is the master controller that will mount on top of our cabinetry. This is the screenshot of the cabinetry that we'll be sending for field installation following startup. You'll see the insulation on the inside as part of our sound package. This tubing is used to create a structure that the panels mount to. These connectors are used to connect the tubing and create the frame. These drawings will ship with the panels and the tubing along with the connectors to give you the installation instructions. Here's a view of a forklift utilizing our roller skates to move your chiller through the plant. Again, we might recommend you acquire similar kind of roller skates to facilitate moving at the job site.